Hello everybody, welcome back to Survival Matt. Today we're going to talk about my cook system for hiking or for any sort of backpack camping. Basically just not car camping and things you worry about when weight's involved. So, first thing I'm going to knock out real quick. These are the two items I camp with, hike with, camp with. I've got these two titanium spoons. They're made by two different companies. This one's made by TOAKS, and this one's made by Optimus. They weigh combined 1.1 ounces with the bag. So two spoons in a bag. Why two spoons, you ask? Well, one for me and one for my son. If my wife's coming with me, then we pack the third one, more of the sporky kind of thing. But these things are long handled. I prefer the long handled ones because when you're going to eat out of the bag or I don't know why it doesn't add any extra weight really, and you get the luxury of getting deeper into the bags or shorter or whatever you want really. Anyways, titanium spoons, they rock. They're about $10 a piece. I think they're $11 on Amazon, $9 at Bass Pro Shop. But it's worth it because it doesn't weigh anything and it lets you eat and it gives you more options. Alright, let's talk about my entire cook kit system. Now, see this? Isn't it beautiful? It's tiny, a little loud. I could fix that by shoving a bandana in here with everything that I would use to help clean the system, but I'm okay with it how it is. The entire system weighs 26 ounces. 26 ounces. So under 2 pounds, and I can cook anything I want, sort of mostly. Between this and sticks you find in the woods and a Mora knife that I carry that I've talked about in previous videos, which weighs 5 ounces, you can make all kinds of ways to cook meat and everything like that. So let's dig into the system. Oh, and that's 26 ounces with fuel. It's pretty important. So we got the bag, which everybody... You know, I think these little bags are cool. They're see-through mesh stuff, so you can collect other wild edibles in them if you want to, or, you know, it allows your cook system the ability to dry, you know, out there after it's camped. All right, this is a titanium cook system. It's one of my favorites. My good buddy Jesse got it for me, and as you can see, it has two pots. One big one, one little one. It's got little measurements in the side. I think that's pretty cool, especially since I usually camp with me and my son, or me and Jesse. I can split the food up, you know, and it's just awesome. Between this and the other red cup I carry, I can literally drink out of the red cup and eat out of these other ones. And that's not even including, like, eating out of the bag. So, I get 2 pots. I have these salt and pepper GSI shaker systems that I've shown you that weigh, what, 2.2 ounces total, right? 2 ounces even. This one is salt and Tony's. This one is garlic and Old Bay. And for 2 ounces a piece, so for 4 ounces, I can change the flavor of my meals over and over again or make the meals just better in general. As a foodie, when I'm at home, and I care about the way my food tastes, and I care about the way that my food is presented and looks, and just I don't see how people go on the trail without spices considered, and I find that crazy. But that's okay. I'm not an ultralight backpacker, or at least I don't think I am. So 4 ounces for spices between me and my son, or my son can carry both of these. He can carry the entire cook kit for all I care, but since the whole thing only weighs under 2 pounds. So there's spices. Right here I've got the MSR Pocket Rocket, I think that's what it's called, with case. It weighs at 3.5 ounces, and without the case, so for some reason if I just want to take this and throw it in the system, what you can do, it only weighs 2.2 ounces. I'm taking the case mostly because I don't want to break this thing. These things are not cheap. They're $40-$50, and I just don't want to damage it you know, by having it bang around in my cook kit unnecessarily. But this is what it looks like set up. Very simple. The pots rest on it very easily, especially when it's got the fuel canister on it. I don't know. I like it a lot. I've used this a couple times now. It's been on a couple camping trips. I've got a much cheaper version of a pocket fuel canister stove, and I think it cost me $8.80, but it's much heavier. And since this is my hiking kit, this will go with my hiker stuff, and the other one will go in my camping equipment or my car camping equipment. So here's the MSR Pocket Rocket. Here is a sponge and this really cool MSR cleaning kit. Between these two items, you can really get in here, scrub your pot, scrape your pot, get it clean, and then use the pad at the end to get everything all nice and spick and span. Perfect. But this is just a yellow regular sponge. You know, they come in green, pink, all the fun colors at Walmart. You just cut them up into strips because you don't need a whole lot. Oops. To go hiking with, and this weighs literally nothing. This bad boy weighs, I have no idea, 1.1 ounces. Oh, that's right. The sponge, and my baby lighter, my baby Bic lighter, I got neon green, weighs 1.1 ounces altogether. When you think about hiking, now the Survivor people that watch this channel are going to freak out a little bit, but this lasted Dixie and other thru hikers on YouTube that I've watched. This little baby Bic lighter lasted their entire thru hike, 6 months of hiking with this, and I think that's impressive and speaks highly to Bic, and or how many times a day they use this thing. At least 3 times a day, but you can't beat it. All right, now I'm a survivalist. I'm a prepper. This is a survival bracelet. It's got, I think, 25 feet of paracord wrapped up nicely. It's got a compass, a very loud whistle, a ferrocerium rod, and a striker. Also kind of like a little saw mechanism right here. And it forms into a little bracelet. And if you're like, oh, well, why don't you just wear it on you instead of put it in your cook kit? Well, honestly, because it's not comfortable. I don't like wearing it 24 hours a day. You know, I'm kind of a big guy, and it fits kind of snug. So I could hook it on the outside of my pack or something like that, but I think I'm just going to throw it in the cook kit. But I don't know, because we're hiking the AT, and it's very well marked, it's very well laid out. If I were in some backcountry bushwhacking or just like out in the middle of the woods, it would definitely be either on me or be on the outside of my pack where I could reach it really quick. There's going to be a compass on my hiking poles, so I don't need the compass necessarily. This is redundancy, and my pack has a whistle right here on the chest clip, so it's also a redundancy, and it's mostly in here because it's a survival prepper item, and I think like a prepper. I think about, what if the Bic lighter doesn't work? What if I need emergency paracord? What if my compass breaks, or my whistle doesn't work, or I need a ferrocerium rod because that I have to have. That's how I think. That's how I function. Spark once. There it is. It works pretty darn well. So Syntex 77 said one time on the trail, he lost a spoon. Syntex is a pretty popular AT and other trail hiker, and he said he lost his spoon, and I was like, man, for 1 ounce I can have an emergency one. This little mini guy right here is made by Kershaw, and it fits in the kit. I can't really argue. It's got the bottle opener, which is mostly why I carry it. Carabiner, you can clip it on the outside. Most of the meals we eat, we don't need a fork. Even when I eat steak out on the trail or something like that, yes, we pack out steaks. I just eat it with my hands, and use a little sanitizer. No big deal. Manly style. But I do have this in case I need it. Or, one of my hiking buddies loses their equipment, I can loan them this. but it's also titanium. It's because it's small, it's a little more durable, but recommended. And lastly, I've got this fuel canister. This is the Jetboil Jet Power. It's the propane fuel mix, 3.53 net weight ounces or 100 grams. The gentleman that I was talking to at Bass Pro Shop that was an experienced hiker said this will last you about 21 hours of burning, which I haven't tested, but sounds utterly ludicrous to me. 21 hours of burning. So if you build the foil koozies and foil cup wraps, which I'm going to build for like the meals in a bag, rice in a bag, this water, this is what, 24 ounces or 800 milliliters, took less than 10 minutes, or I think less than 5 really, to get boiling. We'll just get, for easy math, we're going to call it 10 minutes. So 10 minutes to boil this much water, which is, again, 24 ounces or 800 milliliters. 10 minutes, that means I get 6 boils per hour. If it gives me 20 hours, what is that? 6 times 20? 120 meals? Does that sound right? That's crazy. Crazy. This thing would last me a year. I mean, I hope not. Well, I mean, I hope so, right? Like, talk about a bang for your buck. I think this thing was $4. I've got a much bigger Coleman propane tank that I got on sale for $4. It actually, I don't know, that thing is meant for my bug out stuff because it will last. If this lasts me 20 hours, then that one's going to last me like 6 years. I mean, look at this thing. It's massive. Look at the difference. This is net weight 16 ounces, outdoor and propane camping gas. Look, it's even got the price tag on it. I got it for $3.69. This was like $4, $5, I think, at Bass Pro Shop. But this is going to last me 20 hours. Then this will last me, I mean, if we go off net weight, this is 3.5 ounces, 16, so 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, so 5 times 20 hours, 100 hours. That's 1,000 meals. That just can't be right. I have to be wrong on that. I don't know. What do you guys think? Comment below on what you think. How long this has lasted you. I mean, how long can it last you? How long has it lasted you? And as a prepper, I mean, if this lasts 20 hours of off and on cooking, and this lasts 100 hours, it would be, as a prepper, if you had 5 of these, that's 5,000 meals. If you use this for 3 meals a day, 300. What's 5,000 divided by 365? Just, well, no, that's yeah. How many years of it last year? How many years? Ready to go. 13.69 years. Divide that by 3. I don't know. That's like, that'd give you like 4, right? Yeah, 4.5 years. There's just no way. The math on that's got to be wrong. But I'd love to know what you think the math is. Honestly, I've even seen a video, my dad was telling me about it, where these canisters with a little hookup are refillable. That's pretty cool. Imagine you're in a survival situation, and let's say you've got like 4 of these at your disposal, or 6 of these at your disposal, and you've got the kit, you just need the propane, and then, like I said, the survival situation, things are weird. You could, you find somewhere, big propane tank, like a lot of houses have to light up their fireplaces and stuff, and you could tap into it and refill these bad boys. I mean, the math on that can't be right. It just can't be. It's just, that's just too much. Too much good in a little can. But, enough of that. Even though this fits inside of here, it does not fit in the whole setup, as you can see. They make a bigger version of this. I think I'm going to get the bigger version for my 8-day hike. This is not responsible. I don't think this is very responsible for hiking. It's too much fuel. There's no reason you would need this. This would last your entire AT trail and then some, and that's cooking for you and all your buddies and everything in between. I'm going to get the slightly bigger version of this. I think it's 5 ounces. It'll still fit inside my entire cook system, and it'll bump the weight up. Instead of 26 ounces, it'll be 28 ounces, and I think that's worth it. But yeah, that's my cook system. I hope it was educational, especially the math part. I'd love to hear some math on that, or what you guys think, or any experience you have with these. Bigfoot or Syntex. Syntex said that these struggle a little bit in really cold conditions. Anything under like 25 degrees, 30 degrees or below, the colder it gets, the more they struggle. I know Shug's mentioned a couple times that you want to keep this warm. So you just sleep with it at night, put it somewhere near you so it won't freeze or get cold as the night goes on. And then right before you want your morning cup of joe, you bust out your pocket rocket, put it all together, and it should work just fine. But Syntex 77 also said the lower the fuel gets in the can, the more problems you kind of have with it burning effectively. So I don't have 100% faith in this working for the entire trail. That's why I'm going to get a brand new bigger can. Like I said, I've already used this once when we went camping in the other videos at the AT day hike we did to Wolf Laurel Mountain, Wolf Laurel Top, and at Dix Creek it worked, like I said, for 3 days like a champ. And not to mention I messed with it a bunch and testing around the house trying to get used to it, and I have zero problems with this thing. I can't wait to try out the bigger can, and I would recommend it to anybody. This is for my hikers, and this is for my preppers or my car campers. Really, between the two, I mean, it's just very neat, very awesome. But yeah, that's my cook kit. Tune until next time. In the next videos, we're starting a food series for Prepper Mentality and AT hiking. We're going to talk about all this lovely food behind me and some of my strong opinions on that. Little glimpse into the future. I don't think AT hikers pack enough meat. I don't think they think about meat enough. But yeah, tune in until next time. See you around. Thanks for joining in.